Making money, okay? That's what we're going to be talking about. This video is titled, How to Grow Your Sports Betting Bankroll from Almost Nothing, okay? And look, I'm not the tooth fairy. I'm not going to sit here and claim you can turn $100 into $1 million in a year. There's no BS. This is 5 proven easy tips if you want to make money sports betting to grow your bankroll. So let's get into it. So when I started betting pretty seriously out of college, I had roughly a $3,000 bankroll. And the first strategy that you have to take advantage of is take advantage of the sign-up bonuses. I know it sounds a little too good to be true, but take a look right here. PrizePicks, when you first sign up, has an $100 deposit bonus. You put in $100, now you have $200 in your account. They match your first deposit up to $100. You put in $100, there's $200 in your account. Right? And a lot of people are like, this sounds too good to be true. Why would PrizePicks give away $100 just for me signing up? Right? But you'll notice DraftKings has a sign-up bonus, bet 5, get 150. Caesars has a sign-up bonus. FanDuel has a sign-up bonus. Basically, all these books have sign-up bonuses. And the reason is they're in ruthless competition with one another. In all of the states, there's basically, limitless options for bettors. You can get Bovada, you can get DraftKings, you can get FanDuel, you can get Caesars, you can get Betfred, WinBet, all these different books, right? So they're in ruthless competition with one another for new customers, right? So these sports books, they think most bettors, they're not smart, they're square, so we'll make some money off them every single year. So they're fine giving away $100, $200 just for signing up. So I actually made a video previously, which you can see right here, the little YouTube thumbnail, whatever, I'll link it in the end screen, that basically breaks down, if you went to every single state in the US and did the sign-up bonuses, you could net $18,000, 18 grand in profit, right? So these sign-up bonuses are often pretty lucrative, which is pretty crazy. But again, this is very important as a sharp bettor. You should be taking advantage of this to grow your bankroll. It's one of the quickest ways I grew my bankroll initially. I was in Pennsylvania. There was like 8 different sports books. I had $3,000, turned it into $6,000 really quickly with all these sign-up bonuses on FanDuel, DraftKings, all the different books in Pennsylvania. So that's the first tip that I have for you. Whenever I go to a new state, I'll check out what books are there, what sign-up bonuses do they offer, what easy money can I make. Even if I'm only in, let's say, Arizona for a couple weeks or something like that, if I can take advantage of the sign-up bonuses, make $1,000, that sounds pretty good to me and an easy way to grow your bankroll with almost no risk, right? So pretty crazy, but any questions you have, I'll leave my email in the description as well. This is my first tip. Take advantage of the sign-up bonuses, easy money. One quick thing to mention is you're going to want numerous sports books anyways as a sharp bettor, right? I say this all the time, but books set lines independently. They all want to be unique, so they have different odds from one another. So you can see here, actually, the top profit margin play on the OddsJam Positive EV tool. So this is one of the main tools I use to find all of my bets. Is FanDuel is offering a ton of value on leads to not score a goal. You can get plus 114 odds. Right? If you take a look at DraftKings, all these other sports books, no other book is offering better than plus 102. So you're getting crazy good value on FanDuel. So as a sharp bettor, regardless of if you take advantage of the sign-up bonuses or not, you're going to need multiple sports books because all these books set lines independently. And sometimes FanDuel's offering the value, sometimes DraftKings offering the value. You can see right here, Timberwolves money line at plus 185. Sometimes Bovada's offering the value. So you're already going to want multiple sports books as a sharp bettor, right? And I say it all the time, but a lot of people will be like, oh, these differences in odds, who really cares? Plus 102 versus plus 114. I say it all the time. All of my gains, right? Sports betting, this bet tracker I use, it's a verified bet tracker. It's called Pickit. All of these gains, right, are from finding bets with an edge. And literally, if you're placing bets at, minus 105 on DraftKings, when there's FanDuel offering plus 114, you're getting ripped off, right? You're getting a terrible price. You're getting ripped off. It's like being an investor who has to pay 30% more for everything. You don't even stand a chance because you're getting ripped off. Right? So long story short, you're going to need multiple sportsbooks anyways. So take advantage of the sign-up bonuses when you're registering for all these bookies. So my second tip for growing your sports betting bankroll from almost nothing is take advantage of promotions, right? So this is kind of related to sign-up bonuses, but in the same way all books want you signing up for their platform, they offer these lucrative sign-up bonuses. They also offer promos, almost every single book, on a daily or weekly basis. right? You'll see PrizePicks every single Friday. They give you a risk-free bet up to $20. Your first bet loses, you get your money back, right? And this isn't just PrizePicks. It's a bunch of different sports books. There's all sorts of different promos. But when I first signed up for FanDuel, DraftKings, Caesars, in Pennsylvania, I took advantage of all these promos because it's one of the easiest ways to grow your bankroll. So we'll flip over to my screen. I'll show you some of the promos currently available, and I think you'll be pretty amazed. So let's get into it. So here I have a few different sportsbooks pulled up, and if we just, start out looking at WinBet, which is one of the sportsbooks I use all the time, you can see they do this promo every week. You place a 4-leg parlay on any sport Monday to Wednesday, they give you $10 for free, right? WinBet is trying to get you hooked on parlays. We switch over to FanDuel. You bet $25 on the World Series winner, and they give you 250% profit boost. DraftKings has promos, right? We switch over to PrizePicks. They have a promo going on. All these books on almost a daily basis are offering super profitable promos to try to get you hooked, to try to get you showing up on their website every day, right? So if we just want to look at this WinBet promo, you bet $50 on a 4-leg parlay, they'll give you $10 for free. Typically what I try to do is I'll look at OddsJam, the EV tool, right? And I'll look for some value on WinBet. So you can see right here, here's the first play I'd go with. Karen Konachev versus Francisco Crindulo. This is the play with value. First set total games under 8.5 at plus 270. That's a great play to include in your parlay for this WinBet promo. Find 4 plays with an edge. Obviously, you don't want to bet on 4 random things. They're going to give you $10 for free. Sounds pretty good, right? So check all of the sportsbooks you use on a daily basis. Oftentimes, they're just giving out free money. I mean, you'll see it all the time. So this is one of the ways, I very quickly was able to grow my sports betting bankroll when I first started, gambling pretty seriously in Pennsylvania. So the first 2 tips were about promos. My third tip is another super easy way to make money. When I started betting on sports and I was, pretty profitable, making money on these sign-up bonuses in Pennsylvania, I started referring my friends. And you'll notice almost all of these sports books pay you to refer friends. And I know this is a little bit of a, that's kind of a cheat example, but I'm serious, right? When I had a $3,000 bankroll, I started betting on DraftKings, made some money off their sign-up bonus. I referred a few different friends to DraftKings, and they gave me $100 per player, right? So I referred 10 friends, that's $1,000 added to my bankroll that I can bet on DraftKings, right? So referring friends, super easy tip, a little bit of a cheat tip, but a really easy way to grow your bankroll that at least when I started out sports betting with a lower bankroll, I took advantage of all the time. So after the low-hanging fruit like promos and sign-up bonuses and referring friends, really how I started to make money sports betting, right? Like my first $40,000 of profit was from arbitrage betting. So arbitrage betting means making risk-free profits sports betting due to discrepancies in bookmaker odds. And I know it sounds too good to be true, but the general premise is, as we saw, earlier in the example with Leeds United, books have different odds from one another, right? Books set lines independently. So sometimes their models get so out of sync that you can bet an over and an under, equal and opposite outcomes on 2 different sports books and make a risk-free profit. This is called arbitrage betting. And I'll flip over to my screen and I'll show you some examples of arbitrage bets. But what's amazing about them is this is a risk-free way to grow your bankroll. It requires you to be fast, to know how to navigate the sports books. It requires you to have multiple sports books, but you're essentially day trading sports books and taking advantage of inefficiencies when books get so out of line with one another, where again, you can bet an over and an under and make a risk-free profit. So let's switch over to my screen. I'll show you some examples of arbitrage bets. So let's talk about arbitrage, which is how I made my first $40,000 of sports betting. And I want to make it clear, before we dive into examples, the 2 reasons why arbitrage exists. Right? And the first reason is, again, as we saw earlier, all of these books, they want to set lines independently. There's 185 different sports books on OddsJam. So you have 185 monkeys running around trying to set lines independently, right? So you can see right here, there's a massive discrepancy in the Rockets Nets game. Rockets plus 17 is minus 215 on Barstool. It is literally 100 cents worse on Fliff at minus 315. Massive discrepancies in the odds. So the first reason arbitrage betting is possible is book set lines independently. Now the second reason is there's so many lines that they offer. DraftKings at any given time has 50,000 plus odds on their platform, right? Player rebounds, alternate player rebounds in the first quarter, player assists in the first quarter, first basket lines, game lines, alternate spreads, alternate totals. Every book has 50,000 plus odds, right? It's absolutely insane. And they're all trying to set lines independently. So quite simply, there's too many lines for sportsbooks to manage. And sometimes they get so out of sync with each other, such as right here, where you can bet equal and opposite outcomes. In this case, so this little calculator is called an arbitrage calculator. So in this case, right, you pull up the arbitrage calculator, is Barstool and Fliff are very out of sync, right? Massive discrepancies in the odds. So you can bet equal and opposite outcomes. Rockets plus 17 at minus 215 on Barstool, and Nets minus 17 plus 245 on Fliff, and make a risk-free profit, right? A risk-free profit of 2.76%. So let's say you have, $500 in your Fliff account, or even $250. You bet $250 on the Nets minus 17 at plus 245. The calculator tells you bet $588 on BetRivers or Barstool on Rockets plus 17 at minus 215, and you're going to make a risk-free profit of $23.81. 2.76% risk-free return in a day. It sounds too good to be true, but it's absolutely insane how much money you can make with arbitrage betting if, right, there's an if, right? There's two things you need to be a great arbitrage bettor. One, you need multiple sports books, right? If you don't have Fliff, this arbitrage opportunity isn't available to you. Here, if you don't have my bookie and Barstool, this arbitrage opportunity is not available to you, right? And you can keep going. If you don't have Caesars and FanDuel, this arbitrage opportunity is not available for you. So the first thing that's a little complicated for new sports bettors about arbitrage betting is you need multiple sports books. And the second thing is you're day trading books. You're taking advantage of inefficiencies, right? Books have traders. They're constantly trying to update their lines to make sure their lines aren't out of sync with one another. So when you're arbitrage betting, you have to be fast, right? You have to know how to navigate these sports books. How do I get to the alternate spread, on FanDuel? You have to know, okay, if I want to get to alternate spread, where is it? Typically, hopefully I can find it if they even have them available. But you scroll, here's alternate spread on FanDuel, right? You have to be quick. You're day trading sports books. You're taking advantage of inefficiencies. The sports books are also trying to correct their inefficiencies. So you have to move fast, right? And there's always new arbitrage opportunities. The market's constantly changing. So here you can see one between, Barstool and Pinnacle. And basically you just hit the refresh button and try to hit the highest arbitrage opportunities first. So this is literally, I studied how to navigate the sports books, get down arbitrage bets quickly, and this is how I made my first $40,000 sports betting. So there's no risk too, right? This is risk-free money in your pocket, and you're not getting rich overnight. There's no BS here. We're not talking about turning $1 into $1 million with some crazy parlay. This is grinding out, let's say we have $200 in our BetRivers actually. This is grinding out $8, $10, hitting arbitrage bets and growing your bankroll risk-free. No risk, right? So any questions you have, again, my email's in the description. There will be a full tutorial video on arbitrage betting in the end screen, but let's get into my fifth tip. So my fifth tip is stay disciplined, right? Follow the Kelly Criterion, which is the industry standard, the best way for managing your bankroll, right? And don't just bet with your emotions. Don't bet with your gut. If you go on a little bit of a losing streak, that happens to everyone, that happens to the best sports bettors in the world, don't start placing abnormally sized bets. Stay disciplined. Don't let your gut and emotions get in the way. So I'll flip over to my screen. I'll show you how I managed my bankroll initially, and then we'll be done. So again, the industry standard for managing your bankroll is the Kelly Criterion, right? And on OddsJam, you can input your bankroll. I recommend putting a Kelly multiplier of 0.5. We won't spend a ton of time talking about it. And OddsJam will tell you recommended bet sizes for plays, right? So it's telling me, okay, on Timberwolves money line, based on your bankroll, based on how profitable the play is, 1.11% profit margin, you should be staking $310 on the Timberwolves plus 180 on DraftKings. So every sports bettor, right, the more profitable plays, you should be betting more money on them. You'll see as these plays get less and less profitable, the max bet size, or the recommended bet size, gets lower, right? So all new sports bettors, don't bet with your gut. Don't bet, a disproportional amount on any wager. And I really recommend following the Kelly Criterion and placing the proper amount on each play. So that's all I got for you guys. Thanks so much. My email's in the description, and let's make some money.